have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
Tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Shame on them!
I was way off.
But shut up, Wesley.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's a woman.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
Out of it.
Get into it.
Low profile. Look at the words. Low profile. Hey, Richie, how's your hand? It hurt like a stomach.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I don't know if it's MK Ultra or you're on the really, really good drugs that I would like you to share later on with the whole class. But Stephen, you're going to have to explain yourself later for all your Goochrisms. Gooch slander. Unless Gooch did all those things. Gooch, do you know why Stephen Lee is saying that you did all the things? Hi, welcome, by the way. 76 episodes and the first time on Rumble. At least Badger did. Hi, Gooch.
How are you? Congratulations on 9K. And yeah, let's get this intro going. Oh,
thank you. Look at this. Look at this.
Figure we pull it up while he's saying the exact thing.
Yeah.
Pull it up, pull it off. Gooch for 10. I will start this bitch off right. Congrats on 9K, you dirty little badger. I'm a sweet and innocent badger. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am the law.
No, but thank you.
How he spelled it like a rapper. Little badger.
Yeah.
Old dirty badger.
Little bad job.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Happy
don't
Friday,
hard on my
everyone.
name.
And off to Doc Brown over there.
Mm-hmm.
1.1
gigawatts.
Yep.
Gooch made me read a comic from a queer writer. Thanks,
I
Gooch.
did
I'm
not.
never listening
I
to
did
anything
not.
you ever
No,
say ever again. I can't hear you, Gooch. I can't hear you.
What? You know what's funny? Because he even said it, Erwin.
More lame and gay. More lesbos. More.
And worst of all, Witchblade. The last thing I want queered up, Gooch. Thanks a lot. I've been reading some great stuff, and my pal Gooch recommended something to me.
Oh, stop it, silly.
I wish there were a demon. I wish there were a demon having non-consensualness with a woman, like all your animes. That would be preferable to queer Witchblade. All right, yeah.
I don't know what betrayal
next.
smells like, but I know it tastes like avocado. Nyat, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Feeling great. Had a good night's sleep. Not happy about the cold weather here, but otherwise, I'm splendid. Thank you for asking.
Cold weather, so it's like
9 degrees.
Okay,
9 degrees.
which is out of 0 degrees.
They don't know how Fahrenheit works.
Hey, they don't know about quarter pounders, and we don't know about Celsius. It balances out in the end. Thank you. Thank you for being here, my friend.
30
Celsius all the time, but then you turn me on to C4.
Never tell me the odds or the conversion rate for Celsius. Thank you. Moxie, welcome.
Hi.
Back
Hello.
from the DizEd, or at least the brink of it. How you feeling?
Better, but not great. So I don't know how long I'm gonna last
Badger.
tonight. But don't make me laugh too hard because it sends me into a whole fit of coughing. And just it's gross.
Good
luck.
Okay, yeah. Try really hard. Rat, we're gonna save you for last as always, and I hope that you have brung it because
You better.
They're gonna take you outside and beat you, not in that fun old school way.
I touched it.
Speaking of touching it, ABF. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great. Congratulations on 9,000 subs.
I really owe a lot of it to all the things, War Master, but you specifically brought it up, like, because I was yo-yoing for a while. Like, can we stop this shit? Can we knock it off and just get them over 9,000?
I kept looking at the screen and saw the 899 and it was bothering me. So
it bothered me too.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate you very much. Doolies, thank you for being here. How you guys? Congratulations on 5,000, your own milestone.
Thank
Sorry
you.
I couldn't make it. Sorry, I'm a bad friend.
It's all good. It was
I'll
super
be there
last
for your
night.
9,000, I swear.
Sounds good. And you gonna do your big for real?
Oh yeah, because we're all
Hey,
talking about
Katie,
Katie's shirt.
that's a nice shirt there.
Yeah.
Yes. It's an Anchorman shirt. But
Annie's pregnant. I stole the reveal.
Oh my god.
Pregnant with pride from my friend Badger.
Straight pride. The here, let me just full screen though. Oh my god. Rat.
So proud.
What do we say? Yeah.
So proud.
Personally, I prefer it in sticker form. Oh my god, you can get it as a sticker as well.
Oh, wait, it comes in stickers now?
We have the technology.
All right,
I'm gonna have to
Katie,
push
Annie,
back
thank
on you there, Erwin, because
Oh.
I've traveled many of far lands, and this is a superior fabric.
I've been told this.
But I can't attach it to my PC.
No.
Not with that attitude. Leon.
My friend.
If Erwin is the prince of the cabal, you are its bard.
Gimp.
Sometimes you're the jester, but mostly the bard.
Yeah,
the very gay
bard is probably the
trans
correct
bard.
answer, yeah. It is. Either way, I'm not the non-binary male cosplaying as female princess that I'm sure will come up later.
As much as we hope you could be one day.
Leon hasn't recommended any queer writers to me, Gooch.
And Julie's, thank you while you're here. It's over
I'm
9,000.
going to introduce you my fist.
Bless you. Bless you. And Gooch, of course. All right, Rat. It's your time to shine.
Reveal.
Someone understood the assignment.
Yes.
Switch it
what
up a little bit.
the fuck is at the top right? What is that?
That is beautiful.
How
But what
dare
is
you.
it? Oh, is that
Zelda.
Zelda? That's
Princess Zelda?
sure. I love what you did there with the reverse Uno card. Sydney Sweeney in the bathwater, but she's using Badger brand soap. Coming soon. Gonna smell like C4. Yeah.
There's too much.
And I see you have the soap
Too much
on the
pot
desk.
smoking. Get that picture up right down.
How dare you? Cannabis. Healing people since time immemorial.
Wait, who? Oh, am I on Kindergarten Cop?
Yes, I'll say Erwin. You're
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
I'm a cop, idiot.
I'm a cop, you idiot. That's one of the movies we found out that Erwin hasn't seen.
Shame.
I probably have 2.5 decades ago.
I love it.
Wait, is that an AI version of me?
It is bigger than Arnie's. Which
I mean,
is...
you kind of look a little. We realize if you
I
put on
look
30
like
pounds,
JD
you
Vance.
look like Al.
Look at the kid's eyes next to his groin as well.
Al.
To be fair, I do kind of want to see Erwin go off on Zelensky. So, like,
I'm not gonna lie. You kind of look like Corky from Life Goes On there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Or all
You
of
kinda
these
got
just
that
lunches.
quirky- Yeah, the little Corky there.
I don't know who that is.
Not
He
a
sounds
quirky
handsome.
reference. He sounds handsome, yes.
sweetest little thing.
Shout out. And then, yeah, real quick, I do like the Doom mask because by all accounts, they're going accurate. And yeah, we will talk about it. But all right, let me get in. Actually, let me finish the rest because you guys have been so generous
let me
already. And we've barely even started. I got you.
Oh,
you want something to do there? All right, Stephen Lee for 2. Badger is our word, but you can say Badger. Yeah, Badger with the hard R. I think I'll give you the Badger pass. You guys can.
I'll give out the fifth finger pass also.
Lord Comet for 2. I think Gooch is Mr. Krabs in disguise. Hi, AB. Hi, Comet. Gooch, we had to come to the bottom of this. Someone has put a stochastic
the
terrorism
bottom of the
alert on
sea
you.
bottom.
Some sort of abyss.
No, I think someone just did like a find and replace with Gooch and Chuck Norris and a bunch of Chuck Norris jokes is what it sounds like.
Well, these are normally done with like the Gorn and Star Trek, where you just put Gorn in every movie title ever. And I think we're going to do it with Gooch now.
Gorn
Gooch
with the wind.
strikes back. Gorn with exactly.
Gooch Will Hunting.
Gooch Will Hunting. Yes. Film Comics Explained for 10. Well, done on hitting 9K subs, you wonderful fucker. Here's to 20. Yeah, because it never ends. You never get any peace. Right? Let me ask you a serious question. Niat. You hit 1 million subs. That is something very few people. Gary, it took years to hit 1 million subs. How quickly before your little fucking back of your brain said 2 million?
Oh, I know it sounds weird to say, but it almost meant nothing to me because I was like, oh, like what's 1 million when I can hit 1,100,000 when I can hit 1,200,000. So you're never satisfied. Like every milestone that you hit, you're just like,
then you just evolve to just let go your obsession with it.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise,
Chasing the dragon.
You'll
so
be insane.
mature.
I didn't want to say it, but the 1.0 whatever, that 0 is really triggering. You need to fix that.
It's just a little OCD, if for nothing else. No, yeah. Thank you so much. I was just looking through clips and I deleted some, but there was one I just couldn't do.
T-minus 3 minutes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Lucifer the Doberman for 2. Hail to the baby makers. Yeah, shout out. The baby makers. That could be either, depending on how you look at it. Oh, hold on. I got to scroll up. Let's see. What was it?
Victory.
Or V for victory. Or this is something dirty. It depends on how you, either way. Or clean, depending on what kind you're in. Yeah.
Or a V shirt.
Too.
A V shirt, right, Andy? A V
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, DV.
DV.
V for victory, right? Jake, thank you so much. Ever present amongst the cult of the cabal. He's certainly some sort of, we got to find out like lieutenant ranks or some fun shit like that. Super creepy masks. Definitely.
Hey, Momo, so you like to watch?
Thankfully, YouTube's adding a new feature where they will rank our chatter, so YouTube will do it for us soon.
Oh my god, they are? How are they going to quantify that based on like...
Oh wait, have you not seen it?
No, every stream.
You get XP. You're going to be addicted to it, Badger.
Let's go.
Yeah, we've just learned like movies and everything that video games and where's the life journal?
As soon as they add a skill tree, you're going to run your bank account dry.
100 push-ups, 100 setups, and do a 10K. All right, that's the solo leveling.
You taking the good or the evil reward?
I prefer it to be the solo leveling. I'm just going to go that way. Okay. Stephen Lee for 2. Gooch hasn't read up on Jakob, our creator. I guess Jakob.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But $2 is $2. Ray Glendinning for 5. Roll on 10K, mate, and we'll be here supporting you. Thank you, Ray. Probably Scottish. Sorry. Go away. No. Lord Comment for 2. Also Scottish. Hey, hail to the Scots. For $2. And knowing is half the battle. What's the other half? Not falling into the pattern of dumbness that knowing helps you prevent, or actually doing it.
Bullets.
Yeah.
Dude,
Downrange.
nothing worse than having to remap an entire skill tree.
Eye.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going into, well, sometimes maybe it's good. Like when you go into Cyberpunk after a while and it has reset everything. I was like, I don't remember how to play this game. Guess I'm going to try something new. Shout out.
I put 1 point into like the stealth tree I could never get back, and I hate that 1 point. Why did I think to put it in the stealth, and it's just stuck there? Fuck stealth.
Oh, meanwhile, I'm a stealth mono wire ninja. You're dead before you even know it, Erwin.
I take out the katana and go.
Same concept. Hacky slashy. Every 1-2 pieces. Yeah. Or cyber hack. You just go like fall down. Yeah. Super dishonorable. Something Clint Eastwood would never do. Sorry, saw this. He's 95.
Dang.
Just let him go.
No.
You guys ever
let him go.
see the movie The Mule?
Yep.
He looked pretty frail in that one.
Yeah.
Looking good in this one. Clint Eastwood says he's directing a new film and already in pre-production. He turns 95 years old tomorrow. Wow. There are directors who lose their touch at a certain age, but I'm not one of them. I love that he said this, and we'll get to that next super chat I think I saw. I long for the good old days when screenwriters wrote movies like Casablanca and small bungalows on the studio lot when everyone had a new idea. We live in an era of remakes and franchises. I've shot sequels 3 times, but I haven't been interested in that for a long while. My philosophy is do something new or stay at home. As an actor, I was still under contract with the studio, was in the old system, and thus forced to learn something new every year. And that's why I work as long as I can, still learn something or until I'm truly senile. I'm all for it.
Proud of him.
Ray Glendenning came through and became a YouTube member.
I saw that before.
I didn't see that.
Must do it in order. Stephen Lee for 2. Gooch, you are not a true albinoid like Jakub wants, bro.
Jesus.
I
might have
opening a portal.
It's Nation of Islam God. My brothers.
Oh, well.
Albinoid albino?
So it's more like Jakub. It's mostly for Jacob.
Well, in that case, we must convert or die or pay like a fee or something so they don't moid you. And I'll get back to you. I got to find it. I can scrounge on my couch. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. He's not here right now, so this one's for
I
you.
just want to suck a dick to see what it tastes like.
Great. Now he's going to show up.
Maybe you think we summoned him?
Probably. That never gets old.
Seeing what it tastes like. Thanks, buddy.
I don't eat
as
avocados.
well.
No. Too familiar, huh? Triggering.
Too triggering.
PTSD. The P stands for penis.
Oh shit.
I got it. Which one, Leon? We have so many good ones for you.
Who is this guy?
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Standing right there.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom, here, Lord Comment for 2. Shout out.
I love that. That got me. I'm sorry. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Shake it.
Lemon. I gotta find some lemon maracas. I really do. Rat, do you have your 3D printer working?
Lemon
We've got some
maracas.
fucking lemon maracas already.
It's literally unplugged, still sitting on my floor after the move around.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm gonna get some as well, but they're gonna be Don Lemon.
Before we get
kick Leon.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's a good one, Leon. That was a good one.
Thank you, Gooch. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh no, it wasn't good. Stop encouraging him.
It wasn't, but I had to, build his confidence. I'm sorry.
He has no confidence, and it's about to be destroyed when we talk about tranny Zelda in a minute. But I want to set the scene of something where we are in the culture war, right? Much like a couple years ago, you'd have never heard anything talk about COVID coming from a lab or vaccine. You can say a bunch of shit now that is widely talked about. Listen to the BBC talk about Doctor Who, because I think this is prime. This is prime timeline.
That in terms of like how many people are watching and what Doctor Who represents now, I've had a really interesting text. This is from Andy, who says, I'm a guy who considers himself of the left. Most of my friends are women, some are trans, some are gay. But even I cringe watching an episode of Doctor Who. It's no longer a family show about space and time travel. It's literally a bunch of memes telling us that white straight men are the source of all evil in the universe. It's aimed at 12-year-old girls, but watched by a declining number of people over the age of 40. If Doctor Who is dying, it's because the BBC has killed it. Yes, there were always stories that had messages or storylines about the environment or the misuse of power or intolerance, but now it has just become an intolerant program condemning most of its viewers simply for existing. Now, it's interesting.
She goes on that you could probably swap out a lot of series
All
like
right,
that. But
Erwin?
the fact that first they even read it, Erwin, what are you tisming about?
Fine. I'll pull it up.
You did the
if
fucking.
you insist.
He really shuffled his whole body
Yeah.
around.
Well, she literally brought up about how it's all about saying white people are evil. And so I was looking up more Yakub like I do on the ADL's website.
All right, do the thing so we can understand the context, because I want to hear the reply of what they say because they concede it. Yeah.
Jacob is the name of the evil black scientist
Oh,
who, according to the
shit.
Nation of Islam, allegedly created the white race thousands of years ago through a grafting process.
Oh,
In his
boy.
influential book from 1965, The Message to the Black Man in America, Elijah Muhammad explained that Yakub was, quote, born to make trouble, break peace, kill and destroy his own people with a made enemy to the... but then Louis Farrakhan in 2020 still believes it. When the white man was made, his father was a lie. His father was a murderer, so they were born to lie and murder in their nature. Or something like that.
It's
So
a shameless self-plug, but for anybody that wants an even more in-depth analysis, Tinfoil Haters did in fact do an episode on the history of Yakub.
really?
I don't know Yakub. I don't know Yakub.
I need to watch it.
I thought you guys actually knew what he was referencing this whole time.
Yeah,
Not
no.
that-
Yakub
No.
shit is fucking hilarious.
It's Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
It's Kwanzaa or some black Hebrew Israelite nonsense, essentially.
He has a huge
Kill the
head.
art.
Like, it's a whole thing.
What we're doing it.
Wait, the alien-looking thing was the
Yes. That's a coup. Yeah, I was like, I thought y'all knew that. I just didn't understand why they kept referencing Gooch. I was like, I'm so confused.
Because Gooch is what Yakub would call a prime specimen.
You want to know why? We told you from the beginning.
I'm so popular. Everybody loves me so much.
Yeah,
I tell you,
it's amazing.
Make the goddamn calendar, Kuchimus. MK solid for 199. In 1980, Eastwood was 50. It's an insane long, like, bro, like there's certain people that have just been older in Chads for like forever, and Clint is one of them. But fucking Unforgiven, where he's old and washed. He's
old.
Young as shit in hindsight now. Stephen Lee, member for 6 months. Wait, that Zelda isn't Gooch. The same Gooch who knowingly spread smallpox throughout Europe and the starter of the Finno-Korean Hyper War. Hyper War sounds awesome. I prefer Hyperspace Wars. Let me finish this. Hyper War.
Interesting, because I watched this 20 minutes, it was just kind of randomly on. I was pottering around, it was on. I didn't feel as strongly as Andy feels, but I did notice like the diversity of the characters, and I was just like, okay, so this one's this person, this one's this person, this one's this person.
Yeah.
Fine, but I can see why Andy is saying what he's saying.
Sometimes it does feel like you're being lectured to. I think it really depends, depending on, who you are and kind of how much involved and how invested you are in this episode.
How does Doctor Who, like, the people over 40 still watching it and still wanting to relate to it in the same way? Like, you can't.
Or enjoy it. Just enjoy it and have that nostalgia. Maybe that's what Andy is saying. He feels alienated from even having that experience.
Yeah. But in the bits I have seen, I do kind of agree with him, because sometimes it does feel like you are being lectured to. I think in the few times we've had to watch it for must watch, because I never watch it by choice.
So all of them.
Sometimes? What the fuck are they talking about? Sometimes? It's all the time. It's a constant lecture.
But that's the BBC.
I love
For
the
them to
picture
acknowledge.
they got what they chose, because it looks like he's rocking out to the new Kanye song, like with the way his hand is and whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
She's gonna be gone.
But no, the gayest form of politics is identity politics, right? And they've centered their entire TV show around it. So why you can't see anything else when that's the core?
So the point would be, it has been soundly rejected everywhere, looking at you, Wheel of Time, and everywhere else, right? All up and to the point of even on the fucking BBC, where that dude would have been called the bigot, all the things, and dismissed. The hosts agreed with it.
Well, he even had to build it out first by saying that he was actually gay and that he has transference. He had
qualifications.
Like, I am all of these things, and I'm very leftist, but I also feel this way. Because if he had just said that, I feel like they would have assumed he was like a right wing, like freak out.
Gays against groomers.
Is that the lefty, like liberal equivalent of "I'm not racist," but like
sort of. I have trans friends type thing. Yeah.
But that's
It
no
is,
different
actually.
than a lot of the gay people nowadays are saying, what the hell are these gay people fighting for nowadays? These
Oh, a
gay
lot of the
parade-
OG gay were the ones saying, "Shut the
they
fuck up,
hate it.
bro. We had
Bless your
shut the
children."
fuck up. Yeah.
You're actively ruining our shit, making it dangerous again, and
Yeah.
A certain
Resentment.
percentage of people made it their identity to only talk about that, and the majority of people don't want to talk about it.
right. And that's a long way to say also that the culture is returning, and so we should stop this goofy shit of
Yeah, let's ban gay marriage till you stop transing kids. Deal.
yes. So now, actually, Erwin and Leon and everyone else that's super triggered or thinks this might be a thing, I should point out this
Did you
might
say wow?
be a bit of a fake.
You
No. Real, but not from where you would think it is, i.e., this might be a little bit of fan casting from the management of said person. So, Hunter Schafer, star of Euphoria and Biological Male, being sought for this. This comes from Daniel RPK, which is, Daniel Reitman, excuse me. Screen Time reported it first, but yes, Hunter Schafer reportedly being eyed to play Princess Zelda in the live action. Just thoughts, Leon.
Well, it's all
first.
make believe, right?
So here's my thoughts. Because I won't lie, I did a like 17-minute spurg out video on this earlier, but I'm really just gonna say what I said at the end. I'm gonna make it quick and concise. I do and don't think this is true, and what I mean by that is that, first of all, Legend of Zelda fans, this will make or break the film, because the vast majority of Legend of Zelda fans don't want a live-action movie. They want an anime like Mario. I'm one of the very few that really wants a live-action one anyway, so you're already fighting an uphill battle. But second, this is one of those things where I think it's being put out in the media to try and give Nintendo, and maybe to a lesser extent Sony, the facade that this is what fans are asking for, when it's not. This is pure manipulation by the left-wing media to destroy this film, to destroy Zelda, the whole nine. I mean, going full Alex Jones. Yeah.
Oh, what a handsome woman.
Look, if a plague takes over and all the women die, like one of those episodes of the Twilight Zone,
Yeah, like White Death, the Robert.
Wait, hold on, wait. That's overtones of Millie Alcock right there. Not retarded, maybe enough in the top there, but
no, dude, it's overtones of Hanson. Bopping all over this bitch.
Oh no,
that's an insult to fucking Hanson, I thought. I think my time to shine here. Would you like to see Hunter Schafer play Zelda in the live action? I would prefer a female.
Okay, but to be fair, they picked like a pretty decent picture for that shot.
But that's the thing, Techrat. That's the one fucking picture. There's this one photo shoot where Hunter Schafer wore this like Elven style dress or what the fuck ever, had her hair, his hair, because it's a dude, had his hair like Zelda in one fucking game, and all of a sudden the internet just takes that photo and repurposes it over and over and over, when that's not even what this dude looks like 99% of the time.
Stop misgendering her, you bigot.
So I want to say, okay, so I was gonna be very progressive, but go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead, Erwin. All right, well, so I probably already forgot what I'm gonna say, but let me have some alcohol. So I'm very progressive. I want to say that I'm cool with him playing Sheik, because I recently read Ocarina of Time, and I thought Sheik was Zelda pretending to be a dude. No, it's Zelda turned into a dude. So I want to say that I'm fine with him playing Sheik, except his tits are way too big to play Sheik's.
Yeah, and the dick can't be bigger than Link's, or it's offensive.
The Ocarina of Time manga is technically non-canon. That's a change in the manga that's not in the game. But but I get what you're saying. Now, look, the Sheik Zelda thing, like that happens in one game out of I think 21 games or so, however many mainline Zelda games there are. And
but it happens in the source material. So now source material. See what they do.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. It's a Silver Surfer scenario. Exactly. But I get Erwin's point. I mean, if that's the route they're gonna go, adapt Ocarina of Time. I'm still against the idea of Hunter switch the actor, then have him only play Sheik.
I just want to make a joke about his tits. He's toasted on his own gigantic petards, and he's not going to be able to play the trans character because his tits are too big. But as a complex joke.
I don't know. Stephen Lee for 5. When is the YouTube stream? Gooch ended with the Romanov family and tried to make the Borzoi instinct. The Borzoi is a wolf hunting dog with a long snout.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
At least it's descriptive.
You're welcome.
Going to get to this one too. Lord Comment for 5. Is that a master sword in her pants, or you're just happy to see me?
That was my question for Leon. You're the biggest Zelda fan I know.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this will be the first Zelda production without a dungeon in it.
Chat, Leon, you're the biggest blank I know. Chat, I want to see fill in the blank.
Leon, ironic because Leon both looks like Link and looks trans, so that he would.
There you go. B-Man got it.
But
we need Leon to play Zelda. Well,
even if Hollywood offered me the role, I wouldn't do it because I'm a fucking dude.
As fun as all of this is, this comes from That Park Place, but That Park Place has been contacted by 2 independent third-party sources, both of whom dispute the validity of the rumor according to their accounts, neither of which can independently verify. The claim appears without merit and does not come from any direct interest from Nintendo or Sony, i.e. this is exactly what you suspected. This is fan casting and or her own agency, like, just fucking throw it out there. This is the Cynthia Erivo Storm shit. Ain't no one from Marvel probably actually, well, hopefully, dear God, please. But
here's the this is only Nintendo's second film Oh, it's not really their second film, but since they're rebranding and they're restructuring and then wanting to move more into film, not counting Detective Pikachu, they've only had one movie, Super Mario Bros. And that made $1.5 billion, I think, or damn close to it, 1.2, 1.3, something like that. So they have a lot to live up to, and they're already starting off on the back foot. You've got a director who doesn't have a huge resume, and the movies he has are relatively mid-tier. You got a producer who's got things that range from amazing to absolute shit. It's live action instead of animated. Like, you've got all this goodwill built up from Super Mario Bros. This is literally a make or break film for the future of additional Nintendo properties. You can't be going around and casting such a culturally divisive actor in what could literally, the way we talk about how James Gunn's Superman could make or break the DCU, the live action Zelda could make or break Nintendo's future going forward doing films.
Yeah. Super important they get it right.
Yeah, Nintendo shouldn't be casting Euphoria or Heartstopper actors. Like, please God, no, stop.
Technically, this should be Sheik, right?
I mean, they drew it like Zelda. I got sent that earlier and I wanted to.
I know, that's why I brought it up. I knew you already saw it, but I wanted to cause you pain again because that's the type of friend I am.
So mean.
Stephen Lee it sounds bad, but then you hear some of his opinions on these streams and you'll understand. I just bank the hatred. Is your persona? I think he meant persona, unless it's
no
persona. Persona. Oh, I don't like that. Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey
at Gooch.
We've been drinking.
Harvey. I don't like it.
I don't like that. I get the joke.
I don't like it.
And I was going to say too, Nintendo doesn't do that kind of shit, right? So the chances of them saying, "Yeah, let's use this person to play a female character," is probably not going to happen.
You'd think that, but Nintendo of America might be dumb enough to do that.
Yes.
Thankfully, Nintendo of America doesn't seem to have involvement with the film. So everyone heard how Illumination, when they were making the Mario film, actually, cause I don't think Peach was a girl boss. I don't think it was woke the whole nine. But if the rumors are true, a lot of people report on this. Illumination had a far, far more woke girl bossy version of Peach, and Nintendo said no, dial the shit back. That's not correct.
I don't like it.
Assume Nintendo would do the same in this instance, but can Nintendo come out and say, "Don't cast a tranny"?
I think either way, it would behoove them not to do anything that would overtly piss everyone off immediately and or just be a dud immediately, which, okay, I was going to do this in a different order, but I need to talk about this so I can explain to you why I'm so happy about the other thing. And that was, I don't know if anyone saw this, but this lovely fellow from Dragon Age, David Gator, who did all the gay, ruin that goddamn thing just as much as the trans whatever lead of it did. He said this. The RPG audience doesn't really agree with itself as to what an RPG requires, as they could get very loud. The difficulty is if suddenly you end up with anti-fans. Then they turn from what you want, fans who would go out and spread word of your game and get people interested. But if you get anti-fans, they sort of do the opposite. They're very determined suddenly to see your game fail as sort of a lesson to others who would make games of the same type. And that, honestly, these days, there's some elements of that present in almost all fandoms, but it's okay. Guess what, motherfucker? Correct. But not the way you think.
Yeah, they don't understand what's making anti-fans, and that's putting transgender and identity politics in the game. Why does it need to be there? Just tell me cool, like, medieval stories.
Well, those are the anti-fans, the ones that aren't interested in the RPG but want to co-opt it.
I feel like
ironically enough, Andy is correct. Like, while we would be labeled the quote-unquote anti-fans because we're the ones rooting for this shit to fail, we are the fans. The anti-fans are the ones that are coming in and changing what we were a fan of and morphing it into something and co-opting it into something it's not. However, those are going to be the ones labeled as the fans because they're supporting the project. They're saying all the happy, positive things on X. Like Andy, you fucking nailed it.
And because of that, they've pissed everyone off. It's our message to go out and say, hey, do me a favor. Don't make everyone lesbian witches that chant the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Don't do that. Don't do that again. I will actively, if you mention it, I'll talk about how shit that was, because that's how we get things stopped. Just like when I hear Danny Lalanders from formerly of Black Girl Gamers talk about how they got no white people on their Validate team because they like to feel safe and creative.
Safe
right?
spaces.
And then that person goes off to do the Black Panther game that I go, well, I might like Black Panther, but that person kind of makes me worry about the rest of the game. And then we get things like this, and it makes me happy. I'm sorry they lost their jobs, but I'm happy about it. What is that?
I'm not sorry they lost their jobs.
I'm
Fuck
not
them.
either.
Right. Yeah. I shouldn't be, because fuck them. That they were going to just waste everyone's time and money.
Learn to code.
Remember? New details on the canceled Black Panther game. I do remember hearing this originally. The main characters were going to be T'Challa, Killmonger, and Shuri. I'm sure everyone, when we got back the feedback, would have played as the Shuri character. All playable characters are vying for the Black Panther mantle. The villains were Skrulls invading Wakanda. And here's the kicker. The new system was inspired by the Nemesis system, which was the game was being built around it. Just like the failed Wonder Woman, because this all comes from the dude that came from Monolith, which is also fucking gone. Leon,
I love the Nemesis system.
I'm so I not only am I glad this happened to the Black Panther game, I want to happen to Wolverine. I want to happen to any additional Spider-Man games because you know what? After everything that happened with Insomniac Spider-Man 2, fuck any and all Marvel game. Period.
By the way, Lord Comet, I feel like I set you up for it's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa, Furiosona. I'm not a Fury or Furry or any such thing. I'm no Tobias. I haven't seen Tobias here. I'm gonna reach out to him. Say all furries are welcome here, even if I am not one. This isn't the only game we've seen. Of course, the Wonder Woman game, a couple others. I still want Jedi Survivor, even though I'm very worried about that last couple pictures we've seen of what the devs look like for Respawn. Apparently, morale is at an all-time low over there in the company.
Wait, what are they making?
Good gamers, keep the beatings until morale
what are they?
improves.
The next Jedi.
The next Survivor?
Yeah.
Which is 3 at this point?
3.
Well, the third is in development, so but yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're here. Patrick Wren, senior encounter design developer on Star Wars Jedi Survivor at EA subsidiary Respawn, revealed that the employee morale at the company is at an all-time low. So this one, someone lamenting the cancellation of the Black Panther game, and then him saying morale has been at an all-time low. I can say that much. In another post saying, I am just sorry for everyone who just wants to make cool video games in this industry. By the way, me fucking too. It must suck to try to make a cool game and then get bombarded by bad ideas, game theory, and ideology.
Maybe if they didn't
and then they got
prioritize,
motherfuckers like the dude that made Schedule 1, single dude, made one of the most like dude in his basement, most playable game of the year.
if they didn't prioritize hiring women for their company, maybe things would be a little bit better right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, women or women 2.0?
Either one. The gaming industry is like 88% dudes.
Yeah, it's still.
And that other 12% is questionable because they mix like mobile games in there and stuff. So
yeah, and we've talked about Erwin. If most of the time when you see a chick in any sort of online game, it is a dude. Hate to say.
Or if you see a chick at a video game dev, she's in HR or marketing.
Most common answer. Yeah. If you're a straight het dude, for the most part, I would rather run around and look at a girl's ass than a guy's. Second most common answer, if in an MMO, is it's easier because smaller hitbox, I guess. People give you free shit because they think you're a girl, and somehow virtually, I don't know how it translates.
Girls have
both of these things are true, by the way. Or all three of these things are true, actually.
Yes, I wasn't joking.
I've only ever played female characters in WoW. I've never, in the entirety of the time I played WoW, built a male character.
Again, Multiverse is officially dead. Again, this all goes to why Warner Brothers, along with their movie division, got their stock reduced to junk speculative status.
I believe they eventually added the Batman Who Laughs, which made me really happy.
Well,
and then
yeah,
it died
but then you
immediately
go. You have to pay money to level it up. DLC? Yeah, so they shut themselves to begin.
Here's the problem with Multiverses wasn't even the monetization, which it was monetized to hell. It was scummy. It was disgusting. But you can get away with that if you're a good game. This is a Smash Bros. Clone that was so poorly optimized with terrible hitboxes, terrible physics, slippery controls. Like, if you're going to copy one of the most famous fighting games of all time, goddamn, do it right. I tried playing Multiverses because I wanted to play as Batman and Superman and Jason Voorhees and had this Battle Royale a la Nintendo. And it was just a terribly made game.
Yeah. That and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which Rat played and then forced me to play. I still feel dirty. Chasing trends. Chasing live action trends. That's why they failed completely. Except for Hogwarts. I don't know. Rat, do you still play? Did you ever get to play Deathstroke?
By Warner Bros. Portkey Games is its own studio.
What about the Quidditch game?
Did you ever get to play Deathstroke on Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League when it got added?
No, I uninstalled it. I think right after you left that time.
Yeah, that's about right.
This Deathstroke blind in both eyes, or what did they do to her? Or what did they do to her?
It was her, right? There was had to have been because it was the daughter. Yeah, man, that's.
I think it was his daughter. No,
yeah,
I think they did actually. Let me look.
Yeah, they can't help themselves. Who likes this Constantine movie? And I'm using Constantine real loosely because I like the movie and I like Keanu Reeves. Good movie, bad Constantine movie.
I like that movie.
I like it.
We looking forward to a sequel at all?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Stromer here talking about it.
Look how young Stromer is there.
I know. It's a lot of back and forth because I think Keanu, which I know pretty good, is not so happy with the scripts and usually what comes out of the studios, because the first one wasn't that successful in the beginning, became a sleeper and became a cult movie. And now it is one of the biggest cult movies ever. But to do a sequel, the studios want to have, cars flying in the air. They want to have people doing flip flops and fighting action scenes. And I think Keanu says, I've done John Wick. This movie is spiritual. It's about demons and regular people. And I wanted to keep it that way. And we talked about that. Because his depiction of Lucifer is fucking awesome. He said, I wanted to do God coming down exactly the same way, but in a black suit and looking more or less like Lucifer from the first one. I'm 12 years older, so it's going to be hard to, completely imitate the first movie. But I think from Keanu, he wants to do a sequel that is very close to the first one. I think he means in like beats.
Yeah.
I always thought, like, when you ask, like, what depictions of Lucifer, his is fucking up there with the tar on his feet.
Top 5 all time on screen.
The, like, snake shit that he does is very fucking creepy. Yeah.
Yes.
And primal when he roars. Yeah. So that's just, love that dude. Yeah. What do you think of
It was actually Deathstroke.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, can't have anything but his daughter.
But still, it was at the very end of its game life.
What do you think of the Constantine movie? Chances
I
of a
love
sequel
it.
being good.
I think the Constantine movie with Keanu is great. I think it's a really bad adaptation. John Constantine is supposed to be from the UK, blonde hair, smokes cigarettes, also bisexual, which the movie doesn't include. If they do a sequel, I'd prefer if it was a direct continual of like what the first movie represented.
Just say this is Black Label, right? Like Elseworlds, and just continue with that vein.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. If we see Constantine in like the actual DC, I need him to be gay, and,
like the TV show, which was fucking great.
Smoking, Matt Ryan, and basically, just get Matt Ryan again, please. Also, Edward Kenway. All right. Not looking good for Fantastic Four. Not surprising either. Test screenings called mid. Does this surprise anyone?
I hate those smirks so much. I hate those smirks so freaking much. Ugh.
I feel like they shouldn't have Sue Storm there. It should have been Human Torch. Then we could just say, oh, well, she's there, but she's invisible. Like, you're missing one member. And you could be missing the one that could turn invisible. That's just a bad photo in general.
I don't know if you guys talked about this, but why is his blue collar? Because he's the captain and he's supposed to differentiate?
It's because he's the leader.
So why the fuck is he not in the middle, right?
But, well, we know why. Because
just to cover up all the hickeys he gets from his boyfriend.
It's because Sue.
That's cute. You thought Reed was the leader.
A new report claims that Marvel's upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps film is being described as mediocre following a recent test screening. First, with Jeff Snyder at the End, Snyder shared that a source informed him that the movie is not that bad, but not that good either. That's what I describe Thunderbolts. It's not bad, not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not horrible. It's flawed, but watchable, as Niat says.
I'm
Snyder's source
for a 6 out of 10.
Snyder's source was not the only one to indicate that the film is mediocre. We also had Cryptic HD quality hearing it's okay, not bad, it's good, which is, again, this is not what you want. This is supposed to be like a tentpole movie. All right, here, the last one. This is the more damning one, I think, from the Los Angeles screening, noting that the reaction was mixed. Specifically, the report noted that the film had a noticeable lack of character development, which I don't know fucking how, since they're all right there in the comics, and missed chances to delve into the team's family dynamics. That while the film captures a gripping tone and offers moments of spectacle, it lacks emotional depth and fully fleshed out character dynamics. The viewer also took issue with Pedro Pascal's performance, describing it as a bit flat and that Reed Richards' stretching powers were disappointing and weak. The Thing was reportedly emotionally lacking, while Sue Storm and Johnny Storm are described as the best of the four, while Galactus is being said to be the best thing, incredible sense of scale, and looks like he was ripped straight from the comics. They do note that the effects were unfinished, so take that for what you will. Thoughts?
I hear Sue Storm also looks a bit flat. I mean, her acting's a bit flat.
That first, before they went into Pedro Pascal, there was a sentence that said that there's no emotional depth to the characters, but there's a fair amount of spectacle. Great, so they've learned nothing this entire like that. That's what we've said. Like, name an MCU film since Endgame, and we're being generous to say Endgame, that's had any sort of character development or any sort of character we care about or root for. They've learned nothing.
It's almost like they're using the Fantastic Four IP to lead into their next tentpole film. To say that there's no character development, no family dynamics, makes me wonder why they chose the Fantastic Four. They're the first family of Marvel. It's why people read the comics, was to see how they dealt with their powers and how they sort of fit into the family that they had, and also to say that the Thing has no emotional, or his emotional development is lacking. He's like one of the most emotionally conflicted of the Fantastic Four, if not the most, because his power is outward manifesting. He can't control that, and he's the one that's dealing with the repercussions of that. So it seems as though we were right about this movie from the get-go, and that we weren't bigoted, but apt in our description of this movie being crap.
Yeah. Well, remember, Nia, they made a big deal that the actor that played Ben Grimm had to be Jewish because the character was Jewish. I don't think we're gonna really notice if he was Jewish or not with the whole big rock look and whatnot. Like that, again, that just goes to show they don't care about the characters. They don't care about making, like you said, the family dynamic. This is all for optics, whether it be, this is leading to our next big temple thing. Behind the scenes, look how virtuous we are. They're of course not going to focus on family dynamic. Disney doesn't fucking understand the family. Whether you can make this case for all these movies at this point. Why are they still trying?
Trying. F4 makes me physically ill with all that DEI. I mean, wait till we actually see it. It's probably going to be far worse. I do find this interesting, where they say reactions are more consistently okay, whereas the Superman reactions swing wildly, and we're talking about that next, between love, didn't like, and I don't like it, and hate.
This
I don't
is not
understand.
good for either film.
What's the problem?
He looks like a porn star.
It looks like Lalo.
He's coming to fix your plumbing.
Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two pictures.
One is Tanner.
I actually think he would have been a better choice than Pedro Pascal. Holy shit.
The glow stick.
These are terrible.
Oh no. That's awesome.
Is this?
You don't want to know where that's been.
He just
is more to your liking. Lalo, by the way, is already in the fucking MCU as the swordsman from Hawkeye and whatever. And he was in, oh my God, we haven't even talked because literally no one cares. He was in Daredevil talking to Fisk that no one gives a shit about. Yeah, they
Did he
are.
work with
Marvel
Fisk on
Legends
the?
figure, by the way, Badger?
That was a Marvel Legends. Yes.
Yeah,
Bro,
those are going to be
how
peg
far the
warmers.
quality has dropped. Legends figures used to be so cool.
Yeah, we've definitely dropped.
They don't sell at all.
Fantastic Four first steps now, because this is going to happen with Superman, where apparently they've changed the post-credit scene for that. So this could be the same with this, but apparently the post-credit scene for this, and I know everyone doesn't want to be spoiled here. Is this my time to shine? Hello. Spoiler, we want to be spoiled. Learned that the stinger features Sue Storm reading to her and Reed's son, Franklin, because obviously she says she's pregnant in the goddamn trailer. And if you know about Franklin,
first steps, baby's first steps.
then you know what his powers are. She gets up, and when she returns, finds Dr. Doom holding his mask and sitting next to Franklin. His face is never shown, but both the costume and mask are described as very comic accurate. We saw them using the Alex Ross Dr. Doom art to promote the upfronts. If we piece this together with what we already know, it seems likely that Doom does hail from the same reality as Marvel's first family and perhaps kidnaps Franklin, who in the comics has the power to reshape and create realities. That might be what brings the Fantastic Four to Earth 616, not the destruction of their world. The Insider also noted that the former Captain America, Chris Evans, doesn't appear in the movie. They explain, I know for a fact that he filmed something, so it was either cut or will be in the final version of the film. Oof. Thank you, Kitty. Fun with collecting has become a member.
Do you think so? Does Franklin have the power to shift reality into one where Pedro Pascal is not in any movies? Well, can he at least make a one where Reed Richards is straight?
Yeah.
No, no one has that. It's beyond the power cosmic.
I guarantee you that Sue is the emotional lead, and she's the marriage lead, and the older sister.
She wears the pants. She's hard as a
Do you still think this is going to make over 500?
And Johnny,
I never did to begin with. To be fair, Gooch, I said 430 tops.
Gooch, we need it to. I need it to. It has to be Captain America, or I'm screwed.
No, it's going to make maybe.
If they do,
I need it to be 450, or I'm screwed.
Yeah, maybe.
Nia, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a hit 5?
I don't think it will. I think you're about to say if they do heavy marketing, that's just going to bloat the budget even further and force them to make more money in order to make their money back. Do you know what I mean? So
what would already be allocated for it, but skew it to showing Galactus and you know what I'm saying, and like maybe I don't know.
I think 400.
We're fucking cooked, dude. This is Obi-Wan levels of like, all right, I know Lucas has fucked it up, and I know they didn't have Han, Luke, and Leia together, but like with Obi-Wan, they got Hayden back and Ewan. They're gonna do it right. They're gonna at least do something, and then they gave it to a no name, and it all got ruined.
Well,
I feel like this might be the same.
Isn't it more like Anakin than Obi-Wan?
How dare you?
Yeah, Tracy's never making that.
If you think Fantastic Four is it, right? This is something that's the first family. It's the first family of Marvel. And then they give it to someone who just doesn't have many writing credits and a director.
Hey, wait a minute. What year is this supposed to be set in?
Like 60s.
Well, there's another Earth.
Unfortunately, we know that white people didn't exist before. What was it? 65?
Yakub created them, I'm told.
That's what we learned tonight, right?
Yakub is Dr. Doom. Holy shit.
Yep. Evil Saint.
We was kings.
I can't accepted.
So this movie fails. Doomsday.
I almost used the F word.
I think I said this
Doomsday is
earlier.
still happening, Gooch. They're way too deep
Yeah.
into Doomsday. They've
No,
already
I'm
announced
saying
all the
no.
cast.
They're filming.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens, because we talked about this earlier. If and then we'll get to Lord Comment. If Superman fails, we'll probably get Supergirl and the Lanterns, but that's it. It'll be cut off, and then maybe they refocus into the other thing. If Fantastic Four fails, we are still getting every goddamn project. The only thing that'll change is they'll switch the leads, the narrative leads, to another character instead of having it be the reported Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of less money, because how much money are they spending on?
They're all losing money no matter what.
Insane.
F4 is going to flop harder than Snow White. I don't know about harder than Snow White.
It is cooked. It is cooked.
If it fails miserably, you think even like these Avengers movies are screwed? Like Spider-Man 4 even screwed at that point?
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 4 is going to be.
No, unfortunately, I disagree there. Spider-Man is one of those characters that people always show. Did you see what Rob Liefeld was saying about it?
No, what'd he say?
Rob Liefeld was like, "Give us more Deadpool and Spider-Man movies. Those are the only characters that Marvel has. People show up to the theaters for. If you just make Spider-Man, Deadpool movies only, you'll be fucking fine." And frankly, I agree with him. I think Rob is entirely correct.
They were talking about the old Spider-Man coming back to play in the fourth one again. So, like, I think Spider-Man will do well.
That used to be the
everybody
joke.
is.
Just put Spider-Man in anything. Makes it good. Yeah. And we know Ryan Reynolds is reportedly doing something based on X-Force. Not X-Force, but something based on X. Because Gooch gets very upset. No, good. I need him to not be here when he comes back and say this. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Good. You good? You feeling better?
You wearing a Death Note shirt?
Yep.
Awesome.
You gonna put people in there?
Nice.
Certain people?
Gonna start writing your book?
Death Note is my friend. I asked Chris Gore about this. He only knows about the everything up to and including the second screening. But this report comes that after that second screening, where we heard that Hal Jordan and Brainiac shows up, and it was still sort of mid-ish, that this is, they cut 25 minutes of the film. They've changed the emotional tone to cut some of the jokes, because shocking, it seems like maybe James put a couple little extra humor bits in there.
Tad Finney, you might say.
Release the gun cut.
I hope there's still at least some animal abuse, though.
Yeah, and unfortunately, someone who saw the second cut and then heard about what was changed for the third one said that Ultraman punches Crypto and knocks him out, and there's a yelp.
Yes. And so we got that. Awesome.
That got cut.
Can I be honest? As a super dog lover, they could have kept that in.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. Good. Nope. Yes. They could have kept it in because first, Crypto's a cunt. All right. He deserves to get punched in the face.
He's not a regular dog.
Yeah, but also, he's a super dog.
Yeah.
He's super.
My dog can take a punch. My dog head-butted me the other day, and I still have a sore lump on my forehead.
That motherfucker has taken a chunk out of everyone in your family.
Every single one of them. It's how he
except for
initiates
me. Because I don't put my face in his
He doesn't
face.
like you.
Well, he does like me.
He does.
Orient's in yet?
I think, one of the biggest criticisms I have of Guardians 3 is the way Rocket is used. It's like emotional manipulation. Everybody feels sympathy for animals.
Yep.
So
that's from the comics. That is from the comic with Lila, the fucking otter thing.
Kicking a dog is literally like how you show someone's a villain, like 101.
Fallout with Dog Meat, where he shot the dog, but then he used the stim pack to bring it back because he's an asshole, but he's not a fucking asshole.
It's a shortcut.
It is a shortcut.
Yeah,
it is.
Anyone that's ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure knows that Rocky gets off on that shit. The dude that writes that kills at least one dog every season. And I fucking love it.
By the way, just going back to the Superman thing, Chris at the end did say that, like, this is just normal. This is why they have fucking test screenings. Like, it is just so that we can make these sort of changes. And that's sort of echoed by this from Box Office Theory, who says, it is changed from its original conception, and that a second composer was brought in. And what did we just hear? Well, actually, we're about to see it again. New music that sounds really good. I don't think it's been a disaster in the editing room, but there have definitely been changes from how it was originally conceived. They did a bunch of late work on the score as well and brought in a second composer. There were notes. The movie was tweaked a fair bit after the last test screening. I know they've taken some of the more risque jokes, including my favorite joke in the movie, out of it. I don't know, but that might be the monkeys in the goddamn.
Fuck James Gunn. Fuck James
Thank you.
Gunn.
Badger,
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Don't exit. Wait, pull it back up. I want to see that picture. Why is it just my screen? Why does she look like Solomon fucking Grundy? I love me a pale skinned girl, but why does she look like Solomon Grundy on my screen right now?
It's the lighting. Come on, Erwin.
Solomon. She's a different lighting. She looks
like a vampire or a zombie, or am I crazy?
It's Twilight. It's Twilight. She's sparkling.
I think they look great. Come on. They look fine.
Were these changes before or after they said that James Gunn's aim was true? And that he understood the assignment.
In James Gunn, we trust. Stephen Lee for two. Make them watch Steel Ball Run. Don't put that on your wheel. Don't put that on your wheel. We're downsizing. We're downsizing the reel.
I already Steel Ball. No, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is 2K even for me.
Born on a Monday. Lowered comment for 5. Snow White went, no one can beat my craptastic masterpiece, low of a movie. Superman goes, hold my beer and watch this.
You could have
Here's the
said
thing,
hold
though.
my kryptonite.
Here's the thing. I still
No, the thing is
think-
from the other movie.
I still think it's going to make money. I still think it's going to be good. I think, it's,
Wait.
like I said, while Superman.
It's going to go past break even?
If what I'm seeing right here is true and we're followed up with this and they edit it hopeful with serious, some humor.
What?
Damn, I
but
should have
not
made my
anything
bet
tragic.
with you, Badger.
You think this movie's going to be successful?
Yeah, like it's going to make profit.
Compared-
To be fair, I do as well. I'm with that. Not only do I think,
Oh
it's
my
successful,
God.
Not this one. Sorry. This is not going to be
down the
successful.
Kool-Aid.
Hold on.
Well, they're seeing criticism and they're improving the movie on it because, like
Right,
you keep
that's
saying, all of this is this movie has to do really well because it's going to be the tone for the rest of the DCU.
First, the music. I will note the music finally sounds like actual Superman music that's original.
It's not about getting better. It's about getting bigger. That was 4. This is the last one. I'm just not strong enough yet. But I'll be that strong in a week. Okay.
None of it matters.
It's been a hell of a week at the office. Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Where?
Why do you keep saying that? What do you mean? He means stop. Like, you know what he means, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a week at the office.
Why does it
So
go
I
better
like
all of a
it.
sudden?
I like this promo.
I like this promo too. I like the music. I mean, I wish the border wasn't yellow and I don't like the busy lines, but this is the best this fucking suit has looked. And he's got the walk at least.
Next too long.
So it's the same musical leitmotif for the character that we heard in the previous trailer, but they've augmented it with a couple of different instruments and changed the composition slightly. It is the same song, but enhanced.
I need enhanced. I need the enhanced.
Yeah, the song was a lot better in theater for sure.
Not horrible. Again, not a fan of the shoulder things and all that, but
Hey, buddy, eyes up here. It's not about getting better.
and then
I also
we
I,
got one.
I
Gooch,
like
what you
Corey's
giggling about?
attitude. Again, everyone's. I agree. He's no kid.
I like his
he's no
attitude.
kid.
That's what I think is going to bank on it is the characters themselves.
What's tickled the gooch?
I'm assuming it's one of the comments, but
Nothing. We're good.
Was it just to look up here again?
I don't
No, it's a look down here.
Yeah, is it reverse part? Gooch eyes down here, frog eye.
I saw this as well.
All right. What about this music? This is brand new music.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Good work.
How is Superman to work with?
He's fun.
Nice work, everybody. High fives. Boom. Boom. I did meet Columbus. There was many plays. Well, you're doing great work today. Oh, it looks like they might be ready. Are you guys ready?
One step back. Let's roll, please. Ready and action.
Didn't sniff a
I
single
could not
kid.
care less if it's emotional manipulation because of kids. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I think
it's the music too.
Is going to be a solid Superman. I don't know how his character is going to be in terms of how they write him and how he fits into the story, but I think Corn Sweat. I'm sold on Corn Sweat. He's not as big as I would have preferred. More package, bigger arms would have been nice. I'm talking about how he looks as Superman, dude.
We get it. Yeah, we understand.
Co-signed.
Yeah.
Co-signed. I'm an avowed Henry Cavill lover and defender. I wish he was getting Man of Steel. All the things. This is who we have. Everything I've seen from him, I actually think he is going to be a good Superman.
You know what? I'm starting to come around on him, but he still looks like Topher Grace to me. He looks like
6.5.
Foreman.
Huh?
I bet
He looks like Foreman from that '70s show, Topher Grace.
I don't think he looks like Topher Grace.
No,
Yes, he
you're
does.
crazy.
I see where Brooke's coming from. They've got very similar like eyes and chin shapes, and like I do.
Their
I don't.
eyes are, you know.
It's not enough to like turn me off to the idea of him being Superman or anything, but I do get where Gooch is coming from. There is a similarity there.
I think it looks more like Danny Masterson.
It does look marvelous.
Oh, no.
Rogue attraction.
Wow.
We've heard the comparisons to him being
Get away from the
Star-Lord.
kid.
The Star-Lord suit.
I just want to touch on something ABF said earlier, which is probably why I'm warming up to this movie. Every step of the way, when they've been given criticism, sure, Gunn is on Twitter being egotistical. They've made changes, like the can hitting the back of Superman's head and him blinking, us complaining that that's not how Superman would react. They fixed that. They fixed the music. There's too much humor, which we all expected. They're cutting a lot of that out. This is a good sign when studios listen to the audience.
The kaiju is not going to look like a retarded axolotl.
We'll see.
That's still gonna be there.
I mean,
So yeah, as a hater of all of the marketing they've done for this, because holy crap, it's been so bad. This was, Kata's correct, the best thing they have put out. But you know, the first cut of it had James Gunn in it, and then they had to cut 30 minutes off.
You're
it.
probably right.
What do we think about this? Superman predicted to open with 156 to 175 million domestic during its opening
Katie,
weekend.
that sounds great, right? Let's do it. Yeah,
I'd be shocked.
Not gonna happen.
Would
though.
you?
How did
I
they
would
get
be
that
shocked.
figure so early?
That's like
That high, I was
that's
like,
like-
literally shocked. That's
That's
crazy.
almost Lilo and Stitch numbers.
Yeah, like I highly doubt that.
Nothing against
I
the film,
don't-
but I don't see how, because their numbers are trending in the wrong direction for
That's
interest.
Box
versus-
office theory that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'll tell you how, because I'm gonna go see this movie 300 goddamn times. There's nothing you can do to
Okay,
stop
so
me,
Leon's
Katie and
gonna
Andy.
prop it up.
You're
Leon's
the
gonna
only
prop it up.
one.
I think it'll do well, but that's
Crazy
yes,
number
yeah.
for just domestic. Like that would be ridiculous.
Bro,
Yeah.
like this is one of those movies where I'm going to like. It doesn't matter what the early reviews are or anything. I'm taking a vacation day from work and I'm going to the midnight release. Like,
be fair,
I'm
just
They
to show you
don't
their
have
production
midnight
guess.
releases
Box
anymore.
office
you know
theory.
what I mean, Erwin. I'm sorry, stuck in the past.
They guessed that Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning would gross 75, and it made 79. So he had like
Mission
comparable.
Impossible is completely different.
The point would be they can look at movies and accurately within a margin of error predict.
I don't
like
see it
I don't know what
making
that metric.
much. I don't see it making that much, dude. That's a
You don't.
That's,
No.
opening weekend. That's a huge number. Domestically, 156 100 to 175,
including previews. So 3 days and I guess half a day with previews on Thursday. I think it'll make 140 million domestic, and international is probably gonna hard carry the rest. We'll see.
I was just looking. Man of Steel, it's about 80 mil more international, and then Superman Returns is like 10 mil less international. So I was wondering if you guys thought it would perform internationally or
Well,
not.
and then if you account for inflation, it's sort of in line with modern predictions, more or less.
this movie's gonna have to really get word of mouth either way,
Yes,
good
it
or
is.
bad. So if the first weekend, because like normally after the first
They're having
weekend,
another
you see
round
a-
of screenings, by the way. So
So-
we'll see what the talk is after the next round of screenings for this third 202 minutes that's more serious with the risk gate, you know what I'm saying? And then hopefully the two dudes that keep seeing it that report to Chris, we can find out, because so far one has been like, yeah, it's all right. And then the second time, like, yeah, it's still all right. And then the other guy liked it a little bit more. But
all right doesn't translate.
yeah,
to
I know, that's what I'm saying.
106.
Clearly
Yeah.
they've changed it. So let's hope for that third one, they get to like, bro, it went from all right to fucking it.
But Gooch is right about word of mouth being critical, in addition to the movie actually being good. If it's good, it doesn't matter whether it hits 140 or 160. That word of mouth will ensure the second week drop off will be less. But if it's a bad film, even if it hits 180 mil, we're going to see like a 78% drop off in the second week, and it's not going to make its money back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. Even like just the sheer amount of even if you take away the bad stories.
Because are you saying that because you're just like you want it to be good and that you're a big DC fan, or
I don't know, Gooch. Do you say it's gonna be bad just because you fucking hate James Gunn and you think everyone else has the same level of vitriol towards him?
Part of it, yeah, part of it I do. But
I think it's
realistically,
good for one because Superman is the most known fucking property next to Jesus. 2,
But Superman
he's
has
going to
never
fight.
done well in the
Break
theater,
it up.
though.
Break it up.
This was
It's
versus.
never
He'd
done.
make us both full screen. I know it's never done, but we've talked about this. The culture correction, the fourth turning. People want traditional heroes. This is the most classic traditional hero. They want good and evil. This is about as good as you can get. Lex Luthor is reportedly evil as fuck. It hits all the markers for it to be good. So yeah, as long as
you want to hit a marker,
as long as fucking James Gunn isn't talking about pedo parties every 3 seconds, I think David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan and Nicholas Hoult and everyone else are good enough that the sheer playing the characters correctly and fighting and all that will get people to go through it. Yes,
That's great. I'm glad you think that. I don't think James Gunn's going to write this story well enough to make this movie
shocker.
work.
I know you don't.
Exactly.
But he's course correcting, and you still say you fucking hate him. I hope they double down on all the jokes. ABF.
I'll add this in a sec, but first,
Put Gooch in the other dimension with the monkeys.
You in the dimension.
So I hit myself and the dualies.
That's perverse.
Thanks, AVF.
You have to be
You're
the
welcome.
only person generous enough to have gifted so much you actually hit yourself. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
And by the way, still fucking going. Thank you. He's never hit Graph Web because, hey, not Judge Dredge, but a Dread.
Fire!
We were just talking about that clip over on Nietz.
There's a bunch of them. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, they intentionally ducked. All right, we are almost out of here. We just have one more topic, and it's just more of man, everyone has to bob and weave. So if WB bobs and weaves through all of that Superman shit, imagine, just like how Hogwarts Legacy was a success and it didn't matter because of how horrible Suicide Squad and Multiverse ended up costing them. Could you imagine that Superman is an amazing success and does gangbusters? And then Harry Potter comes out and Black Snape fucks it all up. Have we determined what type of brown Arabella Stanton is, Hermione Granger? I need to know. I need to know what my slurs and jokes are going to be.
I've got my
no.
Yeah, she's the Katie type of
Is she
brown.
a Latina? Is she a what are we doing here? Did you redeem? I need to know. I need to know.
She's white passing enough for me.
I was gonna say I got my Wikipedia early life sections loose on it. Isaac, we need to know.
Did you guys see the clip of her playing in
Matilda?
Yeah.
Matilda, right? That's the thing. I'm sure she's a great actress. She's got the fucking buck teeth, basically, and the curly brown hair. It's how she's described. Now, she might be white as the driven snow in all of the drawings that JK did and all that, but that's fine. Whatever. I'm far more all right with this than I am the Papa Essiadu Snape for all the goddamn reasons.
Yeah, the fuckery.
Yeah,
Fuckery, indeed.
Yeah, if Snape was like a Mediterranean man or something like that with olive skin, that'd be like one thing. That's Papa Asidu or whatever the hell his name is.
Do they not realize the floodgates are about to open? Because Snape gets hanged by Harry's
Upside
father.
down. They know.
And
They
Hermione gets called a mudblood.
Under a tree. Yes.
And yeah, you say the floodgates, and black people don't swim.
Oh,
This is exactly right.
You're right,
But
Leon.
Hermione also gets called a mudblood throughout the books as well
Yes,
by
she
Draco.
does.
So
And
it's like
she organizes the fucking like the House Elf Liberation Front, like because they're slaves. She organizes a fucking anti-slavery movement. Like,
Also,
yeah, it's a little on the
Leon,
nose.
you're like way stuck in the past. Black people just smoke some gillyweed and then they can breathe underwater and it's cool.
That is accurate.
So they don't even know how to swim.
That's
That
accurate.
is a really good racial joke in universe lore. It's like that.
I
Was
like that.
real good. I like that, Erwin.
Dean
Well
Thomas
done.
doesn't swim, but that's.
I'm glad I got
neither
it
here nor
out
there.
before I forgot it.
Badger, have you
that close.
played the clip or seen the clip of that young girl doing a voice read as Hermione Granger?
No, but I've heard she got the sass down. That seems like she's good.
I was saving it
Excellent.
for my stream, but I can send you a link if you want.
You can save it. It's all right. I don't mind being surprised.
Because the thing is,
Save
she
little
does a decent enough job, but I can't help but feel that she's just copying the cadences of is it Emma Watson?
Yes.
Yeah, but I kind of don't care. Like, if you
a lot of
every
those are
once in
very
a while,
good Hermione. Say what we want to about adult Emma Watson. Like, she played the character.
I hope she puts her spin on it. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, a character hits it so well that's going to be like, fuck Mark Hamill, but everyone's Joker is going to be measured up to his Joker. And even Troy Baker, myself included, we just do fucking imitations of Mark. And like, because it's just so good. Like,
Iconic as well.
It's iconic.
Hermione, her Hermione is pretty iconic.
One day we will get another Wolverine and another Tony Stark but then guess what? Those people will probably do imitations of Robert Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman just because, man, it's fucking iconic. Heath Ledger to another one. That's if you're gonna do Joker, that's the other one. Just
Hey, and if it matters to you, and I think it did, Arabella Stanton is a white girl from Britain. So there you go.
Yeah, no, she's
also,
not.
I want to address Amelia Clark's arm. Amelia Clark's arm says, anti-white propaganda is now okay with FNT. I would not call this anti-white propaganda. Like, that doesn't. There's some leaps there that I don't think. I mean, you can be upset about the race swapping and whatnot, but that doesn't inherently mean anti-white propaganda.
What is he referring to?
I don't know.
What?
Well, I mean, we were talking about Hermione, so I assume that's what the reference was.
Were they okay with her casting?
I don't know. They were for the most part.
Yeah,
and
it's not as egregious.
The real problem, Snape, though. Like,
yeah.
I don't even
for all the things as pointed out. He's now he wants to fuck the other white chick in town, but he can't because it's socially unacceptable for him to date. And now, of course, there's all in-universe reasons, but now we've got a whole bunch of fun new reasons why.
It's a racial reason.
Right.
Yeah, he's also going to jump Dumbledore as well.
I look
be out
forward
after
to
dark.
Again, every time something happens, Harry immediately thinks it's Snape that did it. And so, you know what I'm saying? It's like
dark arts.
Purity of the bloodline. It's like it's so
he's a half-blood.
Yeah.
Tell the
Doesn't
black
even make
man, the
sense
black
anymore.
and the night man, that he's a fucking half-blood. Do it without laughing on camera, please, or getting punched. Please
Well,
do
his
it.
father was pretty black.
Do you think
Overpowered the
everyone
mother's
follows him
genes.
when he walks
Half-blood
into the
prince.
store in Diagon?
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be adding cough syrup to the potions for sure.
The real side is, I'm really happy about a lot of the casting. I think it's probably going to be a really, really good show, but it's going to be like, I love that spaghetti, but there's shit on it. Like, it's going to be really good, but it's going to be that one little.
Everyone else's casting's great.
Yes.
Well, he's drinking butterbeer. He's got that grape drink.
What's in that styrofoam cup, Professor?
Yeah.
Is Papa going to have like a Ugandan accent? Like, Harry, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Harry Potter.
Lily Potter.
So, I already had the revelation that Moaning Myrtle was going to be trans, but are they going to make Luna Lovegood non-binary? I just had a flash of woke lightning shoot through my brain. She's definitely going to be neurodivergent. That's for sure.
Lightning, go woke lightning.
You might be onto it.
Still remember the trans bartender from Hogwarts Legacy.
My fellow witches and wizards didn't understand that I was a witch and not a wizard anymore, but it took some time.
Wasn't Moaning Myrtle alive in like the 50s in lore though?
Yes.
Like, you can't make a character in the 50s trans.
What's that character, by the way? Is supposed to be 15. She's supposed to be 15. She dies obviously because of the snake, the Eris Slytherin snake. But no, she's just sitting there watching Harry in the bathtub.
Yeah, a girl in the boys' bathroom.
Okay,
You know,
but
imagine like dudes trying to fap on their own because they can't do it in their dormitory, and Moaning was like, "What are you doing? This is inappropriate."
Perv, girl in the boys' perv. I'm just saying.
I'm telling headless Nick about you. All right.
Oh, and all the people in the paintings are going to be black.
Yes.
Like 98% of them.
Oh shit. Mo Zamboni for 2. A high and hearty FU to Moxie for the avocado meme. Why would you do that, Mo?
He's
Why
asking
would you
for
say
it.
that? I'm not
So
gonna.
he likes hearty avocados. Is that what he's saying?
Yes, they're very good for you.
Oh yeah.
I finally found where they moved the avocado, so I was finally able to buy an avocado ABF.
You know what you should do, Mo, with avocados is you should just have a taste test.
I just want to suck a dick to see what it tastes like.
All right.
Avocados in chat. Yay.
While 178 of you are watching, shout out. Make sure to like, share, and sub to everyone here. We are going to do outros because that's it. We talked about the most important things, I think. Gooch.
Yeah.
Hi, friend.
What's up?
Hi. How you doing? Are you looking up?
No.
Looking at the Sunday streams?
Okay, I've said this a million times. I want this movie to be good.
Huh?
Just the reviews.
Harry Potter? Oh, you're talking about Superman still.
Oh, fuck Harry
Alyssa
Potter.
Mo Cunte and chat.
Look up. You said look up.
Careful. No. That's not a joking matter.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here.
Look up instead of all the innocent people behind me. Keep your eyes right here.
Eyes up here. Yeah, what's up?
Sunday, late night with
we're doing outros. Oh, we're doing outros.
Christ. Gooch is done. Weekend tomorrow. We'll talk about Steins Gate with the trans character and Zelda Ocarina of Time with the trans character. Weekend, everyone.
Tell me we were talking Steins Gate tomorrow. It's one of my favorites. I'm all in.
Anime is satanic.
All right, yeah.
Bye.
Shout out. I guess the news is already out to Atreus. Got hit with. I guess it's 90
yeah,
days.
Smash
So.
JT made a post, and now the
okay.
Blaze.
Speaking to Smash JT, don't go anywhere. We're gonna raid him. Normally I raid Leon, but we're ending so early that hopefully have Smash raid Leon vigorously. Niat, hi.
Yes, sir. Hello. Doing good. Thanks for having me on. FCE Live Sunday night, and then we'll be raiding into Gooch.
Shout out.
That's when my show is Sunday night.
Right before. Moxie, pleasure to have you back with us. You survived.
Thank you. I did survive the whole time. But as far as stuff going on Monday, Saucy Rabble, I have Sonia Lisette as my co-host and guest for the evening. And then we are back in the dungeon on Tuesday. So that's what I have coming up.
It's a booba stream, boys. Shout out. That's going to be excellent. And then the dungeon with Darnell. Hopefully his internet works.
Hopefully.
ABF, War Master, Master of all wars.
I'm still laughing about Gooch.
Still laughing at Gooch.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
Because I told him to look down, and then I said in parentheses "frog eye," and
Frog Eye's got me.
He for some reason thought that was pretty funny.
Because it's true.
Sweat.
Funny because it's true.
Yeah.
But no, check out my YouTube channel Mondays and Wednesdays. Trying to get Jay Viper on Monday. He may or may not be able to make it. We'll see.
What's up, Kata?
Julie's, congratulations on 5,000 again. Onward.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Saturday we have watch party for Bullet Train, and then Sunday will be on Niet stream and Gooch stream. And then Monday we have Catch a Monday.
Yay! Monday. It's going to be fun. Leon, you have Neon Leon?
Yep, Neon Leon in about 30 minutes. Oddly enough, Sonia is also my guest tonight. So, yeah, that's pretty great. So, me and Sonia are going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some topics, going to interview her, the whole nine. We're going to hit go. We're going to do a Sunday special stream because I believe in all y'all. And beyond that, just watch the videos that I've been putting out all week.
Yeah. Shout out.
I would like to do my outro now. Can I do my outro now?
Go to your room.
No, you recommended me a book from a queer writer. You lost your outro privileges tonight.
Mr. Techrat, I do appreciate your Doom mask.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you put it behind? Like you got like a layer to it? Did you mask it or don't tell me. I wanted the mystery to stay.
I like it. Techrat bathwater win made into soap.
You don't want this.
Just an idea for the women out there. Yeah.
I may be
Gooch.
back with you guys on Monday, so we'll see what happens.
Good. Well, your seat is always open. We need you as our HR. And yes, Gooch, did you want to do land acknowledgements before Rat has to yell at you?
Not today.
No, he recommended me a woke comic, a Witchblade gone woke, and Gooch convinced me to. I'm never gonna forgive you. No one's allowed to clip this. There were just a couple moments. I would have fucked like 2 of the cats. Taylor Swift looks like mildly cute, and then I think there was like a background cat that was cute, and I wanted to fuck him.
Weeb Weekend tomorrow.
I just say what people are thinking.
All right. We are going to get out of here. Thank you so much. You guys have been insanely generous. Don't go anywhere, though, because we're raiding right into Smash JT.
my fist.
Outro.
Get out! Is it something I said? You've ruined my life! You've ruined my career! You've ruined my book! You've turned a perfectly peaceful house into an insane asylum! Get out!
Daddy! My God, Leo, what's gotten into you?
It was a disaster, Faye!
No, it wasn't. You were wonderful, sweetie.
Fine, Dad. Yeah. Why'd you need to kick Bob out of the house?
You think he's gone? He's not gone! That's the whole point! He's never gone! Is this some radical new therapy? You see?